This is my first attempt at recorded slam poetry, but I felt that this needed to be said and that someone from this background needed to speak out because not enough people are speaking out about the injustices within the justice system. It's nothing but institutionalized racism. And so I hope you like this poem. To the people of color in this country, ladies, gentlemen, and all genders in between, you have my solidarity in fighting the cancer that is institutionalized racism. You have my solidarity when you channel the spirits of the late civil rights leaders in your marches across Ferguson, Baltimore, and Cleveland. You have my solidarity when you congregate in public squares with your hands held up singing, "We shall overcome." You have my solidarity, and I'll tell you why. I'm the offspring of a racist cop, and I want to speak out. I've seen the racism of law enforcement in its true form growing up. While many of the white middle-class children were basking in their imaginations, free from the burdens of racial tensions, free from the clutches of hunger and desperation, free to choose the paths of their education and futures, undisturbed by the prejudices of a society built on blood and corpses, I was in my father's keep. Watching as his character changed after graduating from the academy, and watching as the politics intoxicated his mind slowly but brutally. To be fair, he was never an emotionally mature man, a brilliant man, a socially conscious man, a humble man, or anything that would suggest that he cared for other living beings prior to becoming a police officer. He was better known before his transformation as particularly unstable and erratic. In fact, if someone had labeled him a psychopath, they wouldn't be far off. And for someone of his caliber, racist asshole cop was the perfect occupation. Living under the watch of such a person was like living in the Twilight Zone. Every day a new rant about the unclean cultures of non-whites, complete with racial slurs. Every day some form of praise given to the Nazi Empire or the Aryan Brotherhood. Every day him demanding that I attend the University of Washington instead of USC because the student population was 77% white. And every day this fucker patrolled Marina Del Rey, LASD. And his hatred was not just limited to racism and nihilism. As many of these types do, he succumbed to the allure of sexism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, and classism. He beat down his targets while at work and returned home to destroy the esteem and sanity of his family. The hatred knew no bounds. From the racist tirades to the abuse of my brother and I at home, this hatred of his knew no end. And this is what's cultivated in law enforcement. Because in order to beat down people you don't even know as well as the people that you do know, you have to be a psychopath. And I'm here to tell you that those entrance exams, psych evals, and red tape that the police forces allegedly decorate their entire hiring process in is bullshit, because my father got through every single one of them. And the thing that we need to consider is that he isn't an anomaly. He is not an anomaly. He isn't the only one out there that behaves this way, and we can tell by those hashtags. It's how law enforcement is wired. It's how the whole process is wired. It's how the whole system is built. The force feeds on people like my father and uses them to uphold a very backward and problematic status quo. The white patriarchal capitalist system needs racist macho men like my father to cement the divide between working class citizens and to instill fear into those who would dare challenge the societal norm and, if need be, shoot them dead in the street. The white patriarchal capitalists need psychopaths as their special pets because you have to be a complete psychopath to beat down someone you don't even know for interests you shouldn't even be relating to. The racism in the justice system is not some phantom conjured up by a small rabid group of social justice warriors, though the mainstream media would have you believe it to be true. It is a very real phenomenon, and I am standing before you, a daughter of an asshole, racist cop, damaged by the rage, bigotry, and hostility the system has injected into him. And even then, I can't begin to imagine the horrors that he has put people of color through. I haven't spoken to him in 10 years, and frankly, I have no intention of speaking to him now. But I can say this: I believe you, and you have my solidarity.